This case, it seems to be around diabetes. In the first couple of minutes, I want to already ask various questions about diabetes so that the patient understand that this is not going to come as a shock. So I would probably start this consultation saying to this patient, could you tell me what led to the test? And then we'll put things in context and I'll discuss with you the results. So then I ask a question, the patient tells me he's been having some problem with tiredness. I ask various questions to see whether he's got any symptoms of diabetes, couple of red flags question to make sure there's nothing else going on. Also worth checking in terms of the levothyroxine, whether she's been taking that regularly as well. Then I deliver the news, because that's really important, because you see how many questions there were afterwards. So you won't be able to cover everything otherwise. So when you deliver the news, I don't think that the way that you're doing it is helpful, because you're saying things like, unfortunately, this is coming like it's a bit too negative. You want to twist it into a positive. So what I would say here is so having a look at the blood test, I can see that there's good news that your thyroxine level was normal. One thing that we pick up from the blood test was your blood sugar level was high. So there's a blood test that we check the blood sugar level over the last 3 months. And it looks like it's higher than normal, which is in keeping with condition. It's a very common condition called diabetes. Maybe you've come across this. Yes. Do you know anybody who's had diabetes? And she tells you, yeah, I've got my granddad who had this. Then you can tell, I understand that you might be concerned because your granddad had an amputation. Let me tell you that because we found it very early on, we can control the blood sugar level and make sure that we manage you appropriate so that you don't have any issues in the future. And amputation is something that is very extreme. Most people who have got diabetes are well controlled. They don't need to have any amputation. So you see how I'm readdressing it straight on. But if you leave it, then the patients start to worry more and saying like, is this lifelong? Am I going to have this forever? So this is where you can tell the patient. There have been cases where in diabetes, it's been reversed. So even though if you have diabetes, it can be reversed by various measures that we can discuss if you'd like. You're dwelling too much, you're going around in circle and it's not progressing. So then when you have time, you can discuss the side effects of metformin, how to take it, because that's where you're going to get more marks. Okay, and you might want to arrange a follow-up and possibly do a HbA1c in 3 months time to see where they're at and adjust. So this is a part of the management that you won't be able to do if you're doing too much of data gathering. Okay.
Sure.
Have you got anything that you want to tell us about this case, Rachel?
The waiting to be told the results was difficult, and especially as the doctor had mentioned a concern, but then had left that hanging and moved on to something else. So obviously, I think Sarah would have felt a bit worried then and going, what's going on? What's the concern? You know, to address that. And I guess, like you said there as well, the use of more neutral language around the diagnosis would probably be more comforting, that it's something that's manageable and common as well. I think that's something that people find comforting in, is that it's something that is not particularly rare and it's easily kind of managed. Would have been the things that I would have said to, you know, could be improved upon for the patient possibly.
If you found this video useful, then I'm sure you're going to get a lot from watching this video. Click the video to watch it. Take care everybody. Bye-bye.